अस्सलाम वालेकुम everyone. Hopefully आप सब खैरियत से होंगे. Today we will be talking about the different types of preference shares. So without wasting time, let's begin with the very first category, which is redeemable versus irredeemable preference shares. Redeemable preference shares is like a liability. Irredeemable preference share is an equity. So if you don't know about the difference between a liability and equity, let's discuss. A liability during the ongoing business have to be paid on the due date. You don't have to wait for the liquidation on an event of bankruptcy, or maybe you are waiting for a termination of business. No. Liability have to be paid when due. Just like a bank loan. You have taken a bank loan and when it is due, you have to pay. Unlike an equity, where equity holders will only get paid their capital once company has been terminated or liquidated. Right? So it is exactly the difference between a redeemable versus irredeemable capital. A redeemable capital is having an option of redemption. During the ongoing business, you can exercise the redemption option on a certain date. It is clearly given on that certain date or on that condition, you can exercise the redemption option. Maybe it is a call option, it may be a put option. Call option is called by the issuer. A company will call those redeemable preference shares. They redeem them. They pay them the cash and there will no more preference shareholders. They will no more getting any interest payments. However, if you are irredeemable preference shareholders, you don't have any redemption option. You will exercise this redemption at the termination. It is like an equity. You are irredeemable. You will only get your capital back when the company terminates or liquidate. Redeemable preference shares also having a put option. You know, the person, the holder of redeemable preference share may also exercise option himself, which is called the put option. On that certain date, on that condition, maybe on an IPO, it is an option to call the preference shareholders. We don't need any preference shareholders anymore. Company has already going for an IPO. They can have the cash from ordinary shareholders, whereby they will be given them dividends whenever the company is having a cash. Why should I keep interest liability? So they can exercise an option. They can call for preference shareholders who have a redeemable option. So the difference is very simple. Redeemable preference shareholders are liabilities. They paid interest, while irredeemable were paid dividends and they were like a equity. Now we have to talk about the convertible, non-convertible preference shareholders. As the name suggests, convertible preference shareholders converted into ordinary shareholders at a certain date. It has been given on the very first day. For how many preference shareholders it is converted into ordinary shareholders? Like one preference shareholder will be converted into 3 or 2 ordinary shareholders at that certain date. It has been given to you on that date. You may convert your preference shareholders into ordinary shareholders. It is available. So obviously, if a market prices were too high, the the holder actually exercise the option. They can convert into the ordinary shareholders and get the reaps from the market because the share price is very high. And non-convertible, they don't have any convertible option. They can't convert. They keep the preference shareholders as preference shareholders. Now, the third category is about cumulative, non-cumulative, irredeemable preference shareholders. Remember, cumulative and non-cumulative are only and only and only equity holders. They are irredeemable. They don't have redemption option, right? So they will get dividends, and their dividends get accumulate in case of cumulative preference shareholders. However, their dividends cannot accumulate in case of non-cumulative preference shareholders. Now understand, cumulative and non-cumulative both were entitled to a fixed amount of dividend payment each year. But if you are holding a cumulative preference shareholders, your dividends which are in arrears, which has not been paid to you in past but you are entitled, will be paid to you in future whenever dividend has been announced. However, for any reason, if a company do not have cash, they do not announce any dividend, they do not have any kind of cash, so they do not pay you, though you are entitled. But if you are a cumulative preference shareholders, non-cumulative, your dividend will not accumulate. You will not be paying the previous dividends if you are holding a non-cumulative preference share option. You don't. You will only receive a dividend for that particular year. But if you are a cumulative preference shareholders, your dividends will be paid of both of arrears and of this year, because you are entitled to the dividend with a fixed dividend payments each year. So you will get the dividend payment of this year as well as of past if you are a cumulative preference shareholders, right? Hopefully the difference is clear. Thank you very much.